1040return.com, the ultimate tax solution and the complete package in filing your tax returns. Not only do we provide you with the most easy to use and powerful software available in filing your tax returns, we also have a wealth of tax resources at your fingertips. So make sure to come visit us at 1040return.com today. This video will demonstrate how to use our innovative 1040return.com software to file a 1040A return with the Dependent and Childcare. So let's get started. Here we are at 1040return.com, and let's begin an example on how to file a 1040A with an individual claiming a dependent with childcare. Okay, let's begin by clicking on Start for Free button. Since we don't have any account, let's create one by clicking on the Here link. So for this example, I will create a sample account. However, feel free to fill in your own information instead. Don't forget to click on the Terms of Service Agreement box below, and when you're all set, press Create Account and get started. Next, we go to the About You page. For this example, we will be using Head of Household for filing status, and we will be using sample information. In this case, John Smith, and a sample Social Security number and birthday. Again, feel free to fill in your own information instead. We will click on Next to proceed. On this page, we find a continuation of the About You page. So we will enter in our contact information with sample telephone numbers. Our email address is already autofilled. And for occupation, we will say that John Smith is a cook. Then we click Next. Moving on, we will click on No for anyone can claim you as a dependent. Then click Next. John was not married in 2014. Then click Next. On this page, we enter in John's sample address. As you can see, it autofills the city and state, Baltimore, Maryland. Then we click Next when ready. On this page, we type in Baltimore for John's school district, then click Next. In this example, we won't do anything with return elections, so we'll just hit Save and Continue. And now we have all our initial information filled in. Let's click on Let's Get Started. We will just do one W-2, so we click on Yes. This form is just for John, so we click on his name, then click Next. Since the employee name and address isn't different, we click on No, then press Next. Here on the employer information page, we will enter some fictitious information for John's employer. We click on Next to proceed. So for John's wages, we'll enter $23,440 with $2,530 for federal income tax withheld, $23,440 for Social Security wages, $1,453 for Social Security tax withheld, $23,440 for Medicare wages and tips, and $339 for Medicare tax withheld. And we click on Next. On this page, we won't be filling in anything as John had no other information, so we click on Next. On this page, we will select the state of Maryland for this return and enter in the sample state ID number. For state wages, we will enter $23,440, $1,780 for state income tax. Then we will click Save to save this information. Since we don't have any other W-2s to file, we click No. Since that was all the income John had, we can click on I'm finished. Okay, moving on. John has a dependent, so we click on Yes. And on this Your Dependent page, we'll be filling in the sample information on John's dependent, Alice, his daughter. And since she lived with John the whole year, we select 12 under months live with you. We click Next after all the information is entered. Since John had child care expenses, we click on the link Yes, I had child care expenses for this dependent. Here, we're going to enter that John paid $2,000 for child care expenses in 2014, then click Next. Now on the Earned Income Credit page, let's answer these questions. Yes, the child is single. Yes, she lived with John for over half of the year. And no, someone else can claim his daughter. We click Next to continue. Since there aren't any unusual circumstances, we'll click on Save to save the information and proceed. We will continue on by clicking on the Enter Your Dependent Care Expenses link. So here in the General Instructions page, we'll enter some sample information for John. The owner of this item is John. Flow to state is Maryland. Type in a sample Social Security number. For care provider name, we will enter in Happy Daycare and use a sample address and telephone number. The amount paid for child care is $2,000, and we will click No since John didn't use another provider. And since everything was paid in 2014, these do not apply. For general instructions, we don't have to worry about this as it deals with earned income tax credit if someone's working. So we click on Save to continue. We now click on Finished with Dependents since John has entered in all his dependents' information. Since we have no deductions, healthcare, or other tax situations, we will go ahead and click on the State Taxes link for the state return. We will click on Work on my state return. As you can see, it's great value for only $14.95. Because of how powerful this software is at 1040return.com, we really don't have to do too much with the state return, so we click on Continue. So now we review all of this, and when ready, click Continue. And here we see we got $5,898 for a federal refund and $1,874 for a state refund. Let's now click on Continue. As you can see, the software is now double checking our return, and as you can see, it found that we missed something, the healthcare section. So we select the Click Here link to fill in the missing information. To begin, click on Let's Get Started. We click on Yes, since everyone had healthcare. And click No, since John didn't use an exchange. After that, click I'm finished to conclude the healthcare section. Now, let's click on Review to double check everything and hit Continue to move on. Here we see our federal and state return once again and click Continue. We see the program double checking our return again, and since everything now looks good, we click on Continue. After reading this Next Steps page, we click on Continue. Since we want to e-file the federal return and state return, we will click on Continue. Here we will click on Add 1040 Protect for only $19.95, which is a great value and will give you protection in case you are audited by the IRS. 1040 Return will intercede on your behalf and will give you that extra peace of mind. So to pay for the return, we will select the convenient option eCollect, which ensures that no money is paid out of pocket. Instead, your tax preparation fees are taken out of your refund and the balance is deposited into your bank account, a convenient way to pay since you won't have to worry about spending money right now. Of course, if you want to pay with a credit card, click on the other link below. We will click Continue to move on. We will click on I agree to use eCollect. To use eCollect, we will need to enter in some information. To demonstrate this, we will be using sample information for John. We'll be using his driver's license for ID type. We then enter in some samples driver's license information. Now we will select the security question and type in the answer. Now for this example, we won't be filling in the direct deposit information, but as you can see, you would fill in the rest of the lines with your account information in order to set up the direct deposit. Once finished, we will click on Continue. The only thing left to do is e-file the return and you're finished with filing a 1040A with a dependent and childcare. It's that easy and convenient. Thank you for watching. We hope you learned how easy and powerful the software here at 1040return.com is in filing your return. Remember, 1040return.com is the most trusted and most powerful software in filing your tax returns and will help prevent you getting audited by the IRS. So, try it today for free at 1040return.com.